Continuation of last class. Here, this class, we are going to discuss the problems on normal distribution. Our last class, we completed one problem, and we are going to see the remaining problems in this class. Okay. So first, see that question what they mentioned. Okay. The mean and standard deviation of the marks obtained by 1,000 students in an examination are respectively 34.5 and 16.5. Assuming the normality of the distribution, find the approximate number of students expected to obtain marks between 30 and 60. So this is the question they give. So first you need to understand the question clearly, and first you need to identify what is the information they give. Okay, based on that we need to go for that. So here it is, first way what they mentioned, the mean. So mean they give as well as standard deviation. So the mean and standard deviation of the marks. Okay, so on an average marks they give, here it is, as well as standard deviation they give obtained by 1,000 students. 1,000 students in an examination are respectively 34.5 and 16.5. It means here it is 1,000 students they wrote exam. After writing exam, obviously we know that the marks of those students. Okay, so on an average, the 1,000 students got marks in that exam is 34.5. Like that, suppose if we are taking PNS, okay, 1,000 people wrote the exam, and on an average their marks are 34.5. Those 1,000 students, and standard deviation is here it is having 16.5. So first from this to this, what they mentioned, the mean as well as standard deviation. In symbolic notation, what we can write, that mean is nothing but mu and standard deviation is nothing but sigma. It means mu is equal to how much they give, 34.5, and next standard deviation what they mentioned, 16.5. So this is the information they give first two lines. And next, assuming the normality of the distribution. So here the distribution is normal distribution. Find the approximate number of students expected to obtain marks between 30 and 60. So someone wants to know that. So how many students got marks between 30 and 60? Suppose if you are taking your class, 60 people are there, and people get different marks. I want to know that how many students got marks between 30 and 60 on an average. Okay, so approximated. Okay, approximately around on just 30 students or 40 students got like this. Simply we have an idea. In the same way, here it is, they're asking to find number of students. How many number of students are got the marks in exam between 30 marks and 60 marks. Okay, so this one they asked. It means, so what we have to calculate, we know that already number of students, how many number of students, 1,000 students, and next we are approximated, it means we are going to calculate probability. So possibility P of between what, which marks, 30 and 60. It means between 30 less than x less than 60. So it means we are going to calculate, here it is, 1,000 into P of 30 less than x less than 60. So between is nothing but we are using between these two. Okay, 30 and 60. In the same way, if you want, you can write, here it is, in place of 30 as 40 and 60 as 90. Okay, or 10 or 20. Like that we can find different values we can write and we can calculate here. And now first we are going to calculate, here it is, P of 30 less than x less than 60. So already they mentioned this distribution is normality. So for that we are using normal one, and here it is what we require. So for change of scale we are applying and we are calculating. What is that we are using? Z is equal to x minus mu by sigma. So these are the values we required for calculating that. It means what they give the values we are converting into Z distribution, that is normal distribution. So here it is, first we can calculate Z1 by taking x1. It means simply we can assume as this is nothing but x1 and this is nothing but x2. By taking x1 and x2, we have to find the values of Z1 and Z2. So when x1 is equal, so it means we need to calculate when z1 is equal x1 minus mu by sigma. So here it is x1 minus mu by sigma. So here it is already we know the value of x1. So x1 is how much? 30 minus mu is nothing but 30, how much they give? 34.5. So for that 34.5 by sigma. Sigma what they mentioned in the problem 16.5. Then we get the value of Z1. And next in the same way we need to calculate Z2. So Z2 is equal same like as that x1 in place of x1 we have to choose x2. So x2 minus mu by sigma. So here it is x2 is nothing but what? 60 minus mu is nothing but 34.5. There is no change in this mean and standard deviation. What they give in the problem, that one only we are taking. And sigma is nothing but 16.5. So now we need to find Z1 and Z2. After calculating Z1 and Z2, we need to calculate P of Z1 less than Z less than Z2. So we are converting into Z distribution. And based on the values, we have the already property curves formulas. So here it is Z1, obviously by seeing that 30 minus 34, obviously we will get negative. So one is negative, another one will get positive. It means which formula we are using, one is positive, another one is negative, is nothing but area of Z1 plus area of Z2. So this is the formula we are using. Step 2, first A. In that A, which one? Case 1 and case 2. This is coming under case 2. Okay, by using that we need to calculate area of Z1 and area of Z2 by using normal distribution values. Then we get the probability of students got lies between 30 and 60. So this is only possibility, but we require the number of students. After getting this, simply we need to multiply that one with 1000. So 1000 into P of Z1 less than Z less than Z2. Okay, so like that you can choose different values in place of 30 and 60 and then we can calculate. Okay, so that only we did see here solution. Okay, now let us see the solution, what we solve, how we solve that. So given mean mu is equal, first what they mentioned in the problem 34.5 and standard deviation sigma is equal 16.5. Now we are calculating that when x is equal to 30. So 30 was simply what we wrote that one or not. 30 minus 34.5 by 16.5. Okay. So after simplifying this value, so 30 minus 34.5 by 16.5, how much we got it? Minus 0.27, and simply we are assuming that one is Z1. And in the same way we are taking the another value x is equal to 60 and simply we substituted in place of this x is equal 16 minus 34.5 by 16.5, we got it as 1.54 and we took the assumption as Z2. Simply here only you can write Z1 x1 minus x2 x1 minus mu by sigma and Z2 x2 minus mu by sigma, and you can assume as this is x1 and this is x2. Like this also we can calculate. Okay. Now what they asked, so between the 30 and 60, so P of 30 less than x less than 60, and we got the values is here minus 0.27 and 1.54. Already we know that based on the formulas, here it is, one is positive, another one is negative. So this is negative, Z1 negative and Z2 is positive. In that case, which formula we are using? Area of Z2 plus area of Z1. So here the area of Z1, how much we got it? Area of Z1 value is minus 0.27 and Z2 is 1.54. And now, so area of 1.54 plus area of 0.27. Why? Because we already know that total area under the curve is 1 and that is that curve is a symmetrical one, right? So this is the curve we are choosing, normal curve, and here it is at x is equal to mu, z is equal to 0 and that is symmetrical one. Okay, so x is equal to mu, then z is equal 0. How much distance from this side, and same that much of distance from this side. Why? Because the total area under the curve is here it is having 1. Okay, so for that this is 0.5, this is 0.5. So due to symmetry, simply we are writing this one, area of 0.27. And these are the tabular values, area of 1.54 and this is area of 0.27. So 1.54 and 0.27. So let us see that how to write those values. So 1.54, here it is already we saw that. So 1.54. So it means what we have to see here. So this is first 1.5. So here it is 1.5. Is it right? 1.5 is this one. And next 4. So 1.54. So here it is 4 is nothing but this one we have to choose. So based on this, so column wise this one and row wise 1.5. So here it is 1.5. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the value we have to take. So which one? 0.4382. So that one we wrote here or not? See that 0.4382, right? So area of 1.54. And in the same way, next one, what about this? 0.27. So 0.27 here it is. So here it is 0.27. So 0.2. So this is 0.2, right? And 7. So 7 is nothing but here it is 0.07. So 0.2 and 0.7. So this is the one. So 0.2 and next 0.07. First values after decimal, first digit in this side and remaining digit this side. So 0.2 and 0.7. So where it is? This is the one. Right? So how much? What is the value of this one? 0.1084. Okay. So 0.27. In the same way, here it is 0.00 and 0.01 this value. Okay. Next, if you are getting 0.02, so this is the value you are taking. So that is 0.0, 0.0. Next 0.03, 0.04. Okay. Suppose here it is having, for knowing that and we are again discussing 0.14 value are required. So here it is 0.1 and 4 value. So that is where it is. This is the value we need to choose 0.14. Here 0.1 and 4. In the same way 0.45. So that is 0.4 and 5 is nothing but this is. So this is the value we have to choose 0.4 and 5. Okay. So like this we need to calculate. Okay. For writing the values like that we have to write and then we have to substitute in that. Nothing in that. So 0. Here it is. What about the value? 0.27, 0.1084. By adding that we get it as 0.5916. Now the number of students, what we require, the number of students whose marks lies between 30 and 60. So therefore the number of students who get marks between 30 and 60 is equal 0.5916 into 1000. So by the number of students are here it is having 1000. So we multiplied with 1000. Then how much we got it? 591.6, which is approximately 592. It means overall 5 out of 1000. So 592 students got marks between 30 and 60. Okay. So between 30 and 60, how many students got it? 592 students get marks between 30 and 60. So this is another one. In the same way, you can choose less than 30 or greater than 60, like that also. So why? Because those formulas only we are using. Okay. If you want, you can draw the curves also here. How to draw this curve for this one? Area of. So this is the shape of the curve is. So this is z is equal to 0. So this is, and how much we got it as z1. So this is z1 less than 0 and z2 greater than 0, right? So z2 greater than 0. And we are calculating the area of z1 plus area of z2. So this is the area of z1 plus area of z2. So this total one between this. So this is the curve. So here it is, z is equal to 0 and z1 value, how much we got it? That is 0.27. And next here it is, z2 is equal to how much? 1.54. So like this, if you draw the value curves and if you write like this, simply you will get the vector at the paper. Okay, by seeing the paper, you will get. Shows it good. Okay. Next problem. Same like this. Suppose the weights of 800 male students are normally distributed with mean mu is equal to 140 pounds, 140 pounds, and next and standard deviation in 10 pounds. Find the number of students whose weights are between 138 and 148 pounds. Another one more than 152 pounds. If you want, you can take less than 152 pounds or less than 130 pounds. Like that, you can take in general problems, all these things. So you can take the, if you want, whatever the value you want, and you can calculate it. See here in previous problem we discussed about the student marks, and here we are discussing about male students weights. Okay, it means so men's weight, so male students and female is there in a class. So we are discussing here about male students. So male students of weights, their weights. So here how many students they chosen? 800 students they chosen, and 800 male students of their weights on an average, and they distributed, how they distributed? Normally. So normal distribution with the mean mu is equal, with the symbols also they give mu is equal to 140 and standard deviation sigma is equal 10 pounds. Find the number of students. Here also what they ask? Number of students they ask whose weights are between 138 and 148. It means what we need to calculate. Simply same, in place of 1800 into P of 138 less than x less than 148. So 138 less than x less than 148. So this is 800 into P of 138 less than x less than 148. First question, this one we need to find. And second one, 800 into, simply what we need to calculate? P of 1 more than. So more is nothing but representing less than, less or greater. So greater. So it means which symbol we have to use? Greater than. So for that, P of x greater than 152. So 152. So only one thing, those formulas you need to remember that. Here also same like that. We need to take z value, and z is equal to x minus mu by sigma. Z1 we need to calculate. After getting that, if it is greater than 0, we have to use the formula. If it is less than 0, another one. Okay. So this is the one we need to apply here. And this is as usual previously what we calculate. Okay. Same like that. So first you need to understand the question clearly. Then what is the information they give in the question? We have to write that question. And next what we have to calculate, those things we need to substitute. Okay. So here it is, first what they give, mean and standard deviation of 800 male students they give. So that one only we wrote. Let mu be the mean and sigma be the standard deviation. Then mu is equal 140 pounds and sigma is equal 10 pounds. Okay. So this is the information they gave in the problem. That one we wrote here. Next, first question, when x is equal to 138, we calculated here z is equal to x minus mu by sigma. X is nothing but 138, what we chosen. And next, mu already they gave in the problem, so that one we substituted, and sigma is equal to 10. So in place of sigma and in place of mu we substituted. Now by simplifying, what we got it, minus 0.2. And next, when x is equal to 148, same like as that, in place of x we have to substitute 148. So this is, and mu is equal to 140 and sigma is equal to 10. Then what we got it, z is equal 0.8. So here also same like as previous problem, one is negative, another one is positive. Then we have to substitute here, so P of minus 0.2 less than z less than 0.8, and the area of z2 plus area of z1. So area of 0.2 plus area of 0.8, and here it is due to symmetry, so simply we are writing as area of 0.2 and values. So keep in mind, so 0.8 and 0.2. So 0.8 and 0.2 here it is. So 0.8. After that, no, there is no digit. It means it is having coming under 0, right? So for that, which value we have to choose here? 0.8 and 0.00. Okay. So after decimal, no value. So for that, we need to substitute. In place of area of 0.8 is 0.2881. And what about another one? 0.2. So 0.2 means which one we have to choose? 0.0793. So these are the two values we have to substitute there. 0.2881, 0.793. See here 0.8 and 0.2, right? So this is, see, same values we wrote it here or not? Area of 0.2 is 0.2881 and area of 0.2 is 0.0793. Here also curve you can write. So what about the curve? Here you have to draw like this. So this is Z and next Z1 and this is Z2. Why? Because one is positive and the one is negative. So this is Z1 and this is Z2 and Z value. And between the area we calculated. So between the area we wrote. So that like this you can draw the curves. What we said when we discussed the formulas, same curves for the one. There is no change in the curves. Okay. Now we require the number of students. So for that we are multiplying with 800. Why? Because we require the number of students out of 800 students between 138 and 148 forms. Okay. So 800 into how much we got it here? 0.3674. So 800 into 0.3674. Then we got it as approximately how much? 294 students weights. Okay, it lies between 138 and 148 male students. Okay, out of 800, 294 male students having weight lies between 138 and 148 pounds. Okay, and next, what about next one? More than 152 pounds, right? So here also same like as that. So first we are substituting in place of x as 152. So 152 minus mu already we know that 140 and sigma also we know that 10. How much we got it? 1.2. So here it is Z1, which one value we got it? Z1 is equal to 1.2, which is greater than 0. Why? Because this is a positive value we got it. So in step 2, be in that case 1 or case 2. So here it is Z1 greater than 0. There it is having beside case 2. So case 2 we are substituting here. So if it is P of Z greater than Z1, the formula is 0.5 minus area of Z1. And Z1 how much we got it? Z1 is 1.2. So for that here it is 0.5 minus area of 1.2. So this is equal 0.5 minus area of 1.2 means again where we should go tabular values we require. So area of 1.2. How much we got it here is. So one area of 1.2. So this is the one. So 1.2 at 0. After that nothing in that. So 0.3849. So 0.3849 we have to substitute. 0.3849. Right? We substituted that one or not? So 0.3849 and after substituting in that 0.5 minus 0.3849 we got it as 0.1151. Okay. Now but this is the probability. Okay. But we require number of students. So number of students we require, simply what we need to do that? We need to multiply with 800. So that only we did here. See that? 800 into 0.1151. So which is equal to how much? 92 approximately. So 92 students more than 152 pounds weight. Okay, so 92 male students out of 800 male students. Okay, so total 800 male students, in that 92 male students having weight more than 152 pounds. Okay, so this is same law. In the same way, if you want, you can take less than also, x less than 150 pounds or x less than 130 pounds. Okay, so like that we can calculate by taking different values. Okay, so different values we can take and we can calculate in that. Okay, next problem we will see that same like this. If x is a normal variate, find the area to the left of z. Actually, this is just by writing the tabular values for understanding that. Okay, so if x is a normal variable. It means x is a normal variable. So find the area. Areas we need to calculate. Simply nothing in that. Still now what we calculated till now. So here is z1 we calculated and then we wrote the areas. But here it is, they are saying these values they are only giving. Just we need to find the areas. Okay. So here it is first one, to the left of z. So z is equal to minus 1.78. So left of is nothing but left side. So minus 1.8. So z less than z1. So you can assume this is nothing but z1. So z1 is, so what we wrote the formulas. So that is nothing but, this is, here it is z1, you can treat this one. Okay, so this is z1. So it means z1 what we got it here less than 0. Okay, so it means this is the case coming under P of left is they mentioned, so P of z less than z1. So in that z1 less than 0 case. Next, this is right. So right is nothing but P of z greater than z1. But in that also, what about z1? Minus 1.45. That is also less than 0. So here it is. This is P of z greater than z1 and z1 less than 0. This is the case we need to substitute the formula. And next here it is minus 0.8 less than z less than 1.53. This is z1 and this is z2. So one is negative and another one is positive. Okay. Next, to the left of z, okay, it means P of z less than z1 and to the right of z. So to the right of z is nothing but P of z greater than z1. To the left is nothing but here it is less than and z1, in that z1 less than 0. And next, and to the right of this one z and z1 is here it is greater than 0. We are adding both. Okay, so both we are adding. So just formulas you need to know that, and formulas will substitute here. So first one here it is P of required area of 0.5 minus area of minus 1.8, 0.5 and 1.78 value is substituted here. So 1.78, 0.4625, 0.0375, and this is the graph. So what we set the formulas there? Based on the formulas we are writing this. Okay. Next one, same z1 what we said, P of z greater than z1, in that z1 is less than 0, that is 0.5 plus area from 0 to 1.45. Okay, so 0.5 is nothing but this is. So we are writing the formula here, see that. So this is actually what we know that 0.5 this total one and this total one is 0.5. So this total one, why? Because total area under the curve is 1. So here it is we require only up to this minus 1.45. So greater than. Okay, so but we can't calculate this entire area. So for that what we are doing, this one plus this one we are doing, and then we are getting as required area. So 0.5. So for that 0.5 this total area plus up to area from 0 to this one. So this one. So it means we are calculating this total area, then obviously we will get this area. Okay. So that is, here it is 0.4 and 1.45 from tabular value. Okay, tabular values. So what we said the table, there it is, those tabular values we have to write. So 0.9265. And next between, just now we saw that, see that area of one is negative, another one is positive. So Z1 is, here it is 0.8, we got it as this is 0.8 this side, and this side Z2 is equal 1.53, right? So Z1 area of Z2 plus area of Z1. So Z2 1.53 and Z1 is 0.8, and these areas from the tabular values. So 1.5 will see that 0.303 and 0.8 directly. Already we got it 0.3881 by seeing the tabular values. Okay. Next 0.751 and last one. So what we said, less than this one and right side this one. Okay, so 0.5 minus area of 2.52 and 0.5 minus area of 1.83. So just we substitute areas by tabular algebras. Okay, next one. Same like as previous one, there is no much change in that. In a sample of 1000 cases, the mean of a certain test is 14 and standard deviation is 2.5. Assuming the distribution is to be normal, find how many students score between 12 and 15 and how many score above 18 and how many score below 18. Same like as first problem. So there it is also 1000 students and here it is also 1000 students. Okay, 1000 and there also 1000. Okay, so there it is mean they give standard deviation they give. In the same way here it is mean is nothing but 14 and standard deviation is here is 2.5. So it means what is the information they give? So mean is we are representing as mu, so that is nothing but 14. And next standard deviation they give sigma is equal to 2.5. So mean and standard deviations they give. The distribution to be normal. So normal distribution. Find how many students score between 12 and 15. It means how many students they ask. So it means what we need to calculate 1000 into P of 12 less than x less than 15, right? So 12 less than x less than 15. So this one we need to calculate. So 1000 into 12 less than x less than 15. And next, how many students score more than 18? Above is nothing but which symbol we have to use? Greater than. So P of x is a random variable we are choosing. So P of x greater than 18, but we require the students. So here the students are 1000. So cases are nothing but here it is we are taking as students. So 1000 into 1 P of x greater than 18. And next below is nothing but what we can use the symbol less than. So 1000 into P of x less than 18. X less than 18. That's it. Okay. So simply what we have to use z is equal to x minus mu by sigma. So mu already we know that 14 and sigma is 2.5. So x minus 14 by 2.5. So this one by taking this one. First one you need to calculate x12 and next we have to choose 15. If both are positive, if both are negative, or if you are one is positive and another one is negative. In the same way more than and less than. In that also so you need to find z1 and here also we need to calculate z1 if it is more than. In that case two cases, one is greater than 0 and another one is less than 0. So which one will arise? That one. And the same way here also same thing. So P of z less than z1. If case 1 z1 is less than 0, that formula. If it is z1 greater than 0, that formula. Okay. So based on that we need to apply. Okay. Next. See that. So same. Let mu be the mean and sigma be the standard deviation of the normal distribution. So just what they mentioned in the problem we wrote here. And let the variable denoting the score rigid test. And here it is first what we said, right? So z is equal to x minus mu by sigma. After calculating, unfortunately we are getting one is negative and one is positive. Till now what we solve the problems. Okay. So and 0.4 area value 0.1554 and 0.8 0.2881. By adding that we got it as 0.4435. What we require? The number of students. So students we multiplied with 1000. And next P of x greater than 18. So x greater than 18. So we are converting into z. So z1 is equal to 1.6. We got it simply by substituting. Here it is in place of x as 18. So x as this one and there is no change in mu and sigma. And 1.6. And now we need to calculate that. Here it is. Z1 is what we got it here greater than 0. So in that case the formula is 0.5 minus area of 1.6. So we substitute the tabular value. So normal value. And we require the students. So 55 students got more than 18 out of 1000 students. Okay. Next in the same way, next one z less than 1.6. So here it is 1.6 as it is. Why? Because this is only no. Okay, there is no change in that. Same 18. But here it is greater than, there it is having less than. So here it is 0.5 plus area of 1.6. 0.5 plus area of 1.6, here it is 0.9452, and we multiplied with 1000. So by multiplying with 1000 we got a 0.9452. So now which is approximately 945 students got less than 12. Okay, so 945 plus 55, got it 1000. So more than 18, 15, less than 18, 945. 945 plus 55, total 1000 students. Okay. Next, so this is also just like as previous one. So there it is, weights they give and marks they give. Here what they give? Masses. And students only. 300 students are normally distributed. Mean they give. So mu is equal 68 cases. And standard deviation they give. Standard deviation is sigma is equal 3 cases. How many students have masses greater than 72 cases, less than or equal to 64 cases, and between 65 and 71 cases inclusive. It means including. Okay. It means what we are going to calculate here is, so number of students only. First one what we need to calculate, 300 into P of, what is the first question, greater than 72 cases. So that is nothing but we need to calculate P of x greater than 70. So this is first question. And next second question, 300 into what we need to calculate, less than or equal to 64 cases. So P of x less than or equal to 64 cases. And third one, 300 into what we need to calculate, between 65 and 71. So 65 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 71. So this is, so these things you need to calculate. There is no difference as usual. So if you are understood first 3 problems, simply you can calculate same that type of one. Just they change the words. See, mu be the mean, sigma be the standard deviation, what they mentioned. First question, what is that? Greater than 72 kc, then 72 minus 68 by 3, 1.33, and simply you need to remember these formulas. If it is P of Z greater than Z1 and Z1 is greater than 0, then which formula? 0.5 minus area of Z1. So area of Z1 is 1.33, and normal tables we are writing the values 0.4082. What is that? 1.33. Here it is. Let us see that normal distribution table of values. So 1.33. Here it is. 1.33. 1.3 this is 0, 1, 2, 3. So 0.4082. 1.33. 0.4082 value. Here it is. What we substituted here, 0.408. Okay, right? So which is equal to 0.0918. What we require, the number of students into 300. So 28 students having masses more than 72 cases, and between less than 64. In that case, we got as again same 0.0918 and 28 students. Next, between including 65 and 71. In that -1 we got it, and here it is we got it 1. So area of Z2 plus area of Z1. So due to symmetry we write it as area of plus 1, area of 1. So we are adding 2 into area of 1. So 2 into this 0.6826. So by multiplying that we got it as 300 into 0.6826, which is approximately 205. So that is number of students. So 205 students having masses between 65 and 71 including. Okay, same like as previous one. Next one, a sales tax officer has reported that the average sales of the 500 businesses that he has to deal with during a year is 36,000 with a standard deviation of 10,000. Assuming that the sales in these businesses are normally distributed, find the number of businesses as the sales of. So first we will see that a sales tax officer has reported that. So sales tax officer, it means he is doing the sales. Okay, he is the officer of in sales tax. Okay, he is reporting that the average sales of the 500 businesses. So he is giving the report about 500 businesses. Okay, 500 businesses on an average sales of 500 businesses as that he has to deal with during a year. So in a year, total 500 businesses. In that, on an average sales of those 500 businesses in a year is 36,000 rupees. Okay, that one they give. So average is nothing but simply what will give, that is nothing but mean. So mu value they give. And standard deviation with a standard deviation of 10,000. That is standard deviation also they give. So mu we know that and sigma we know that. Assuming that the sales in these businesses are normally distributed. So these businesses are normally distributed. Then what we need to calculate here? Find first one, the number of businesses as the sales of which are 40,000 rupees. So number of businesses as the sales of which are 40,000 rupees. So how many businesses having getting 40,000 rupees? So actually they said 36,000. Okay, but here it is 40,000 they are asking. It means more than or less than. So more than 36,000. So for that simply what we need to calculate, what is the P of X greater than this one. And next, the percentage of business, the sales of which are likely to the range between 30,000 and 40,000. How many businesses of sales are lies between 30,000 and 40,000? It means P of 30,000 less than X less than 40,000 into the 500 businesses. So into 500. But here it is the difference between previous problems and this problem is we need to calculate that one in a percentage. So we need to say that solution in percentages. Okay. So here it is first we are writing as the number of businesses. So here it is number of businesses and 500. Next and next one mean they give 36,000 rupees and standard deviation they give. And let's X denotes the sales in the business. First we are calculating 40,000. When X is equal to 40,000, what about Z? And next when X is equal to 30,000. Of course, here at a time we are calculating. X is equal to 40,000. 40,000 minus 30,000 by this equal to 0.4 and 30,000 minus 0.6. And now coming to first question. So P of X greater than 40,000. Why? Because actually there it is having 36,000 is giving the report. But then asking more than 36,000. It means 40,000 they give. So 40,000 P of X greater than 40,000. So we got the value Z1 is 0.4 and P of Z greater than Z1 and Z1 is also greater than 0. So for that 0.5 minus area of 0.4. And by tabular value without the value here 0.1554 and we substituted. Next we require the number of businesses. So for that we are multiplying the probability with 500. So 172 businesses as the sales of which are 40,000 rupees. And second one 30,000 we calculated, we got it as here it is minus 0.6 and it's a 40,000 0.4. So obviously one is negative and it's positive. Simply due to symmetry we calculated it as positive and these are the normal distribution values, and by adding that 0.3811 and the required percentage, they didn't ask that number of businesses, they asked percentages. So for that we are multiplying with percent. For calculating percentage we are multiplying with 100. So how much percentage? 38% of businesses the sales lies between 30,000 rupees and 40,000 rupees. So this is only the difference is percentage they mentioned comparing to previous problems and this problem. Okay, and so these are the problems, and again next problem we'll see that. Okay.